Hello, my Lovecraftian beings. You can call me Señor Librero Random. I am a regular booktuber in Spanish. But tonight I need to address this TYT video in response to what they talk and let's see what they are talking about.
Marvel has reinvented yet another one of their characters.
So, they reinvented a character. Many comic editorial, many manga companies do that, especially Marvel and DC. Probably because they need to refresh their characters every 5 or 10 years. New 52.
This time they have turned Moon Boy, a 1978 comic, to Moon Girl, and it is actually a
disaster.
Black teenage girl.
So, I never hear about this Moon Boy, and in the pictures that you're gonna show, it's not very flatter. Actually, Moon Girl looks really awesome. Probably many people who read comics, who love comics, complain about the third issue because it's supposed to be the name of the fucking character. It's not a mantle that you need to pass. Like, from now on, Jen Yuger is not Jen Yuger. It's the son of whatever. Jen Yuger, it's gonna be now that YouTuber over there. No, it's not really logical. Besides, if they want to change and put a strong female character in, for example, Thor, what about Lady Sif? She's an awesome character, but she's taking a side but a female Thor. Granted, the surprise reason why there is a female Thor win me over. Okay, but they're gonna complain about the Kamala Khan issue that I don't see any problem. Besides, Kamala Khan is an inhuman. It takes the mantle of Miss Marvel, but it's not Miss Marvel. The real Miss Marvel is in the another dimension or something like that. I don't follow that part. And about the Black Spider-Man, I like that comic, and he doesn't want in any way to be a Spider-Man. He only become a real Spider-Man when the Spider-Man in that dimension died defending Captain America. So it's let's see the rest, okay?
Controversy.
Now keep in mind that Marvel's been doing this over the last few years, and
so Marvel was doing this in the last few years. Great. Let's see how much comics they are selling in the comic book market. Granted, some of these stories are really good, but not all.
people who are avid comic book fans have been kind of livid about it and critical because they feel like their traditional characters are being hijacked by these social justice warriors.
Actually, in some ways, they are. When Wolverine died in the comics, it's supposed to be a big change, and somebody needs to take the mantle or the costume of Wolverine. Who take the costume of Wolverine, the classic yellow costume of Wolverine? X-23, the female clone of Wolverine. But many comic book fans knows about the son of Wolverine, Daken, a Canadian, Japanese bisexual man. But instead of that, Marvel is pushing the social justice warrior part, and they are not even addressing the fans, the real fans, the people who pay the fucking comics. They are let's see the rest of the TYT video and you understand what I'm talking about.
It's a comic book. All right, so there's Moon Boy, right? Looking all
First
fierce.
of all, who wants to be Moon Boy? Moon Boy was white? What that? They look like a monkey more than anything else.
Yes, Anna, it's comic book. It's our hobby. So if you don't like it, and for what I'm looking, you don't even read it or care, why are you... Forget this. Jenk, dude, lie down. Yes, it's probably a monkey. Never hear about that character before, but dude, who cares? Why so angry? Calm down.
It's
Okay.
Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur. That's the name of the comic.
Okay.
So he looks like
He's white and you're proud?
The fact that he is white, blue, red, or yellow doesn't matter in the comic. The fact is that you're Jake Neuger, you have brown skin, and the next day you're Jake Neuger, you're a woman with big tits. That's illogical in the real world. So if we base in comic book world that it appear in some kind of realistic world, we don't have to be that illogical. Besides, the fact that we change in 1 second to another to boy or girl only fits a mutant power, because there's no reason why to change unless that someone died and there is a son or daughter that have the same name. It's some kind of imagination, but we don't have to say, oh, now Batman is gonna be all female character just because we want to please every girl. Many girls read comics and love masculine heroes. Many black, transgender, bisexual people like myself love male and female cartoon characters. Some of them are real role models. Why need to change to please a few people that doesn't read comics? But hey, you don't read comics. Actually, you don't really care about that. You're just mocking about it, right?
It looks like he's mooning the dinosaur, honestly.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So this is what Moon Girl looks like.
Interesting. Laughing about the monkey boy. Yes, it doesn't look really good. I have to admit that. The girl version, the actual new version, looks really good, really cool actually. I read that comic, but you have to be so assholes.
All right.
At least she looks human.
Yes.
And that's a little weird, Jen and Anna. Why she's not hairy? Some extreme feminists say that they have to grow their body hair because if they cut their hair, they are oppressing by the patriarchy or whatever. My English is not my first language. So why so lack of hair in their body? But hey, still look cool.
So these days, the main character in the comic, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, is Lunella Lafayette, a young woman with mysterious alien DNA and powers that are still yet to be determined in a modern-day New York City.
And why always New York City? I mean, there is Louisiana, there is Chicago, there is Detroit, there is even other countries like mine, like South America, Mexico, Italy, Spain. Why always fucking New York City?
So there have been other characters that have been reinvented. And again, even though Marvel's been criticized for it, they don't back down, which is kind of incredible. They don't listen to the criticism, and in fact, they're telling people, the critics in particular, you can expect more of this, all right? So there's Miles Morales, the new Black Hispanic Spider-Man.
Which sounds badass.
And Kamala Khan, a
Also badass.
Pakistani-American Muslim tween who's taken on the mantle of Miss Marvel, a title once held by the very white and very blonde Carol Danvers.
So, like I told you before, we talk about Miles Morales, the alternative dimension Spider-Man, that we have to remember, if any of you read the comics, like I do, there was a Peter Parker, a white Spider-Man in that dimension, but it happened that Miles was bitten with a spider, not radioactive, and became some kind of improved Spider-Man, but he don't want to do that. In fact, he passed the majority of school and part of high school with no powers, with no fight, until the official Spider-Man died, like I told you before. And the Carol Danvers situation, like I said, Kamala Khan was or is an inhuman. She take the mantle of Miss Marvel because she admired her. So what's wrong with a woman with blonde hair and blue eyes? It's something wrong about that. It's so mean and bad that superhero have blue eyes and blonde hair. I don't get it. And she can coexist, Carol Danvers and Kamala Khan. In fact, the real Carol Danvers returned to his own dimension, and Kamala Khan stayed trying to take the mantle of Miss Marvel, be the Miss Marvel of that world. So, what's the problem, TYT? They can coexist. They live in separate dimensions.
And also,
by the way, I gotta stop you there. It sounds like a WWE cast from back in the day. Miles Morales, Intercontinental Champion, and Kamala Khan off the top rope. But that's not surprising. It's WWE in a lot of ways is like a comic book.
No, Jink. WWE is not like a comic book, unless that they travel into space, alternative dimensions, or something like that. That I don't think so.
And so they're making it more diverse because our country's more diverse. Divorced.
Well, divorced too. But
That's
yes.
true.
Excellent. If they want to create diverse superhero, why don't they create original superheroes? Or why don't they improve some backup superheroes? Like take Lady Sif, Asgardian ass-kicking woman, and became an awesome comic. Or taking Kamala Khan, take the mantle of Miss Marvel, and then take another superhero name because she is, after all, an inhuman. Or what about, I don't know, make Jane Foster, the new Thor, became something else. Because even when Zeta Ray Bill, an alien that looked like a dead horse, take the Meow Meow Hammer, the Thor, they don't become Thor, they have the power of Thor. So diversity doesn't mean to copy exactly the original recipe and then put another name on it. It's a bit weird.
Yes.
So deal with it.
Yes.
Calm down.
And I love that Marvel's not backing down. I think that's the most important thing because it's tough. It's tough when you get that kind of criticism, and people were outraged when all of these characters were reinvented. But I like that they're not listening. I like that they want their characters to be representatives of society. And remember, Devil Dinosaur was a classic from 1978. 1978 wasn't the worst time in America, but we've progressed some when it comes to certain race issues.
And little do you know, they also changed the gender of Devil Dinosaur, but you didn't catch it. Gotcha. Okay, now I love the quote from Axel Alonso, editor-in-chief at Marvel. He said, "The Marvel Universe is at its best when it reflects the world outside your window. And that world looks different in 2015 than it did in 1963. And he is enormously right about that.
That's true, Jenk. The world changed a lot. But some characters can and should change, like this Moon Boy. But why X-23 have to take the yellow suit of Wolverine? Why no Daken? Why Jane Foster have to be Thor and everybody else called her Thor when there is a person or a character called Thor? And that character now is no longer Thor, it's calling Odin's son or son of Odin? What the fuck about that?
And if you live in the world where everybody was white and Thor was a guy and Spider-Man was white and everybody else was white.
And this shows the kind of progressive, stupid mindset of some people. I mean, he forgot about Luke Cage. He forgot about many other characters. What about Scarlet Witch? What about War Machine? He was a black military. What about another mutants in the X-Men? I believe Sunspot was gay, and so on. There is minorities, and if we are talking about color scheme, Mystique is not white and is not black. Also, she's blue skin. Also, Nightcrawler, he's blue skin. So. There's nobody in the comic book world that is all white. And Peter Parker is a monster because he has white skin? Dude, I am Latino, I am bisexual, and I have kinda blue skin, a bit brown by the sun, but that's make me a monster? That's what you are telling us, that being white is being a monster, an asshole, a demon. That's what you are trying to tell us, because that's really, really stupid. And you probably forget the comic when the Punisher had a surgery and became a black man and fight with Luke Cage anyway.
And now you're bitter that not every superhero looks like you. I think that the issue might be with you rather than Marvel.
Well, you say, Jane, that supposed to be a reflection of our world. And if there's a superhero that looks like me, I couldn't find it. Because there's no Latino who speak not so good English like me, that are bisexual, and besides of Miles Morales that speak perfect English, by the way. But hey, don't worry, I am not bitter. You look or act a little bitter about this news. Since you are a football player, not soccer, football, you probably never hear about comics, so I can understand why you're such an asshole. And I don't think you are fit to be a progressive. But anyway, let think that probably it's a bit of Marvel fault, because it's not precisely the way that create original character, starting with real known character, because Marvel is afraid that original cool Latino, gay, or whatever character are not gonna hit or impress the audience. Probably they don't have the writers that create Midnighter, the gay version of Batman, that are in Marvel. By the way, where's that superhero? Anyway, there is a reflection of us, but in Marvel there is a deformed reflection of us. Anyway, if you understand Spanish and you want to check my videos, go ahead. And if you like comics, let me know what you think about this video about Jen Yuger and Nana. And sorry about the bad quality of the sound. Bye.